find your seat. There's always one, isn't there? Okay, thank you all so much for coming here. I know there have been planes, no trains, automobiles, cycles, walking, running, cabs, and well done for all coming here. I know some, well done, Kelly. You've made two in a day. I think you're the only person that's managed to do 2 in a day. So well done, Kelly, wherever you are. Our good friends at Campaign, copied our date for the 3rd year running, but messed up on the timing, didn't they? Yeah. Just going to start today with a short little video, which I hope you'll enjoy. That, of course, is our now not-so-new branding of the media leader. So I saw Derek Jones, founder of Mediatel, is in the audience for the 12th year. Derek? 12 years. Hands up if you've been here 12 times. There's a couple of, yes. There's some hands up there. So lots of old faces, and I'm very glad that some regular faces have made it back for the 12th, 11th, 10th, or many times. But I'm also delighted that there are some new faces in the audience, and some of whom are from our Future 100 Club, which Steve and the team launched last year to celebrate the new future media leaders. And great to see some new faces here. We're not quite standing room only, although I do see some people standing at the back, which is always good. That was normally my place in my days before I joined Mediatel. I used to heckle at the back. So feel free to take my lead on that. A couple of you have offered to ask difficult questions later. We've got a panel who are prepared to answer anything. So they claim pre-Christmas. So I want to start today by wishing everyone a Happy New Year. We want to capture some of the highlights from 2022 and then also talk about what we might expect in 2023. Now, personally, I believe 2022 was a great year for the UK advertising sector and something that we should all be proud of. After the trauma of 2 COVID-affected years, and despite macro effects of war, economic crisis, inflation, cost of living, political upheaval, basically, we all managed to deliver growth next year. I don't think that's a universal thing, but from the chats we were having pre-Christmas, Omar, Steve, myself, and the team, and indeed some of the chats I've had here this morning, most people managed to end up in a growth period last year, which of course was on the back of growth in 2021 as well. So that's good, and that's created a sense of momentum. At Mediatel, we mimicked this. We were 14% up year on year, which was a target which was way short of where I wanted it to be. As a CEO, prerogative is never enough time, never enough money, is there? But we ended up year on year, 14% up, and we had a record year for the events business, led brilliantly by Steve, and also the audio business, led brilliantly by Sue Cullingham. So our audio business, which has long been a mainstay of Mediatel, had a fantastic year in 2022, which I know was also mimicked by people elsewhere in that sector. Our connected team, helped by the launch of a new performance media app, delivered record new business, and I was pleased that we were making inroads into some of those digital economy businesses that had previously seen Mediatel as a linear or analog or more traditional business. One of the other things that we did accelerate in 2022 was collaboration with our AdWanted colleagues. Manuel, the founder and CEO of AdWanted, is here today, so please do seek him out and say hello to him. His English is perfect on the basis he lives in America. He and the team have allowed us to expand internationally, and one of the things we did was launch the Media Leader brand in the USA and indeed in France. So that that is now an international trade publication, which we are looking to grow further into different markets. What you'll see, and you'll see top left there, Steve's ahead of the game as always, you'll see more of the Adwanted brand in the UK this year as we progress and as we transition into an international tech and information company. We'll also be bringing some new products to market under the Adwanted brand, and our event brand will be taken into new overseas territories. Now, as many of you know, and I've seen a number of you already from the audio sector, the audio tech has been a real strength of the Mediatel brand in the UK, and that will continue in 2023 as we launch new products into this sector. And we've got new leadership, as well as Sue, who I talked about earlier, Chantal Angus, who many of you will know is going to lead the two new products we've got in that area, digital dynamic creative delivery for our audio delivery system, and Audio Lab, which is a brand new product for the media agency sector. So expect Chantal to be knocking on your door anytime soon. I'd like to thank our friends at Bauer, at Global, and indeed at Acast, and many media agencies for their help in the development work of these products. And of course, Robin, Belinda, Lucy, and the JICRIT board who've tirelessly supported our audio team in both the continued development of that much-loved software and also the export of what is we still believe, a world-leading piece of tech. The out-of-home sector had a great performance and showed great confidence last year. I was chatting to Mr. Richard Bond, and again, I know Clear Channel as well as Global, Deco, and the others all had great performance last year and also showed great confidence. I thought, I talked last year on this platform about how they responded to COVID brilliantly when inventory was available to them to use their own inventory to tell their own message. I think they did that well. And I think we're delighted to be a small part of that success. And we added an additional piece of industry-wide software to our space and route products this year under Nikki Mullett's leadership. And there'll be more news about that, how we're developing a product to improve efficiency and accountability in the out-of-home sector. And thanks to Tim Lum and all the contractors and the buyers for their help in actually getting that off the ground. Look out for an exclusive on that in the Media Leader very soon. Speaking of Media Leader, the work done by Omar and his team, coupled with the work of the events content team, has produced a huge amount of goodwill around the advertising business in the UK. I know Steve's personal highlight was Jill Scott actually talking about the future of media on I'm a Celebrity. So if you can just do more of the same of that next year, Steve. He's asked me for a paid media budget, which as an ex-advertising man, clearly I don't understand at all. But free PR we always like, so thank Kelly and ITV for that. We'll have more of the same, please. But what Omar has talked about since he joined the business is celebrating the successes of our important sector and always being committed to being 100% media. And we do that. That is what we are. We are, and again, I look around the room, I have many friends in the creative agency sector and elsewhere in the wider marketing world, but what Omar and his team do is celebrating the success of media, the commercial media business, which is such an important sector for everyone in this room, but also for the UK PLC. Thanks to everyone who completed our recent client survey. You told us that you like our people, you like our products, and you respect us as a company, which is a perfect combination, as a CEO would say. We hope to deliver more of this to all of you in 2023. And in 2023, I hope we deliver everything that you expect from us as a supplier to the advertising industry. So on to 2023. I was saying to people only this week, I hope we have a normal year. Well, unfortunately in business, I don't think everything's going to be normal, as today epitomises. And Steve and the team, they got through COVID, so trade strikes, we can live with those, no problem at all. But things will always be out of our control, and we must all concentrate on the things that we can influence. And I hope that everyone can capitalise on the momentum that we've got as we came out of the pandemic and actually celebrate on some of those successes and drive some growth, not just in the UK, but further afield. Next week, we see the unveiling of a new IPA president. He's from the media sector, so congratulations to Josh Krzyzewski of Group M, who indeed are our sponsors today. First time we've had an agency sponsor. I was chatting to another agency about that, and they're like, yeah, I can see why they did that. I can see why Group M might want to sponsor a room of senior, talented media people. And yeah, I'd like to thank them for their foresight of doing that, and hopefully we'll see other agencies leaning into our business across the year, because again, as an ex-agency person, I know we were terrible about spending money to promote our businesses. Very happy to tell our clients to do the same, but terrible to commit to doing it ourselves. So with Josh at the helm of the IPA, with lots of UK media leaders in charge of businesses both here and further afield, I believe that we're at a tipping point in terms of where the UK commercial media scene finds itself. If you look over the last couple of decades, we've seen UK media leaders paramount in world media companies, especially in the agency world. It was dominated by Brits. But over the same period, we've let British brands wither, both in the agency and the media owner side. So I would hope that this year, some of those brands make a return to rude health, and we see a true UK or even European digital success story. We've done a lot of work with Ozone over the last 12 months, and I think they're a great example of this. The work that Damon and his team have done gives me confidence of both for the premium publishing sector and also the UK further digital prowess. Project Origin is another example where I think we are leading the charge. And I know a number of you in the room, two of whom are sat in the front row here next to each other, have a very detailed interest in the outcome of Project Origin. And I personally look forward to what my old friend and colleague Tom George produces in that area. So good luck, Tom. At Mediatel Ad Wanted, we're ready to support all of you in your aims for 2023 with new products and a commitment to delivering industry-wide initiatives that will aid the cause of the sector and also all of you, its people. Now, one of the things I'm most excited about for Mediatel Ad Wanted in 2023 is our aim to achieve B Corp status. This is probably, for those that have done it, they'll know it's a 12 to 18 month framework that you have to go through, but it will allow us to treat people, I've talked about already, but the planet, which we'll talk about in our sustainability drive, and profit, which we all need and we all want, equally. So those three things we'll treat equally. I think when this was presented to me by my management team as an aim for 2023, I was incredibly excited. I think it's one of the most exciting corporate developments that I've seen in my whole career. And for us to be at the vanguard of that is something I'm very excited to be. I'd like to say congratulations to those companies in the media sector that have achieved it already, which I know includes The Guardian, Havas, Mobster, and December 19. Apologies if that's not an exhaustive list, so let me know if you're already one of those that has achieved B Corp, and we'll be coming to pick your brains on how we do it. And if you haven't investigated it as a business, I would urge you to do so, because there's very little to dislike about it. Elsewhere in the business, Steve and his team have a packed calendar of events this year. So please, I know some of you only come to this event and then we don't see you for the rest of the year. So do come to some of the other events that we are running and encourage your people to do so. We're repeating the popular media leader events, which we combined with this event last year due to the delay in the year ahead. Rachel Ford, who I know is in the audience, was on stage with me last year, slightly tipsy. I'm hoping that she'll get tipsy later, so chat to her about how nice we can be when you come up on stage with us. We're also presenting the Media Research Awards in March, and this is again approaching 10th year of being around, and is in a show of health for that sector. I talked about Origin earlier. I think UK media research people are, without any question, some of the best in the world. And we've had a record number of entries to that particular awards, showcasing some of the excellent work that's being done in the sector. The shortlist was announced on the Media Leader this morning, so go and have a read of that. Huge congratulations to all those that made the cut. I saw from my quick read there's multiple entries from 7 Stars, Wavemaker, ITV, Mail Metro Media, amongst others. So some great brands there with great work. and hope to see you all at the banking hall on the 2nd of March. Now back to today. For those that have been before, you'll know we start with our usual economic and media forecasts. But this year, we've taken there's a slight change to the format this year. And this year, one of the things we've changed is that we've gone to one of our own for our forecasts. So Katie Grosvenor from Group M will be using her crystal ball. And I did warn her that the old adage of if you're going to forecast often could be more truer than ever this year. But I'm sure she will both entertain and educate us with their views on global economic and also global media forecasts. Steve will then lead a whistle-stop tour of the 3 topics that we'll be focusing this year in both the Media Leader and also within our events content. And for those of you who were at Future of Media in the autumn, you'll remember the debates that we started and ended the day with, and the voting that came up with sustainability, trust in media, and harnessing talent as the 3 key topics that we will focus on, both within the Media Leader and events, as voted for by you. I'll then come back on stage to pick up these topics and some other things with my illustrious panel, and then we can all settle down to some serious networking and some glass of something either weak or strong, depending on your January willpower. So thanks again for coming, and I look forward to working with all of you in 2023, which hopefully will be a great year for media and advertising in the UK. Please join me now in welcoming Katie Grosvenor to the stage to have her forecast. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm going to put my water down here.